Israel-Iran war: how MidAir refuelers are reshaping long-range warfare. Explain it. In the shadowy skies where warplanes streak across borders and conflict zones, there's an unsung force that makes long-range strikes possible, i.e. the MidAir refueler. Often unnoticed, these airborne tankers are proving to be the ultimate enabler in modern aerial warfare, quietly extending the reach of fighter jets thousands of kilometers beyond their home bases. This game-changing role came into sharp focus on Sunday when the Israeli Air Force reportedly struck an Iranian airbase in Mashhad, located nearly 2,300 kilometers from Israel. What made headlines, apart from the sheer distance covered, was the target: an Iranian MidAir refueling aircraft stationed at the airport. In military terms, this wasn't just a strike but an attempt to cripple Iran's long-range operational capability at its core. Over the past year, Israel has increasingly demonstrated its ability to hit far-off targets, including the October 2024 Operation Rising Lion, which struck deep into Iranian territory nearly 2,000 kilometers away, and repeated aerial attacks on Houthi rebel positions in Yemen, approximately 1,800 kilometers from Israeli airspace. All these missions share one common denominator: the essential support of MidAir refueling. Without them, such operations would be either tactically impossible or strategically suicidal. A viral video from Operation Rising Lion underscored this point. An Israeli F-16 was seen refueling MidAir, reportedly over Syrian airspace, en route back from a strike mission. This in-flight refueling allowed the jet to safely return without the risk of running out of fuel in hostile or contested airspace. And to understand the importance, consider the numbers. The F-16 fighter jet has a combat range of around 2,580 kilometers, the F-35, about 2,200 kilometers. However, a round trip to Iran and back from Israel requires a minimum of 3,400 kilometers, well beyond the operational limit of either aircraft. While external fuel tanks can be attached to jets to extend their range, this reduces weapon load and compromises agility. A MidAir refueler, on the other hand, ensures that jets can take off fully armed, strike hard, and return safely, all without landing or stopping. Israel's ability to pull off such long-range strikes hinges on this logistical edge. And this isn't just about offensive missions. As recent incidents have shown, even peacetime movements can depend on it. A UK Royal Air Force F-35 once had to make an emergency landing in Thiruvananthapuram due to fuel shortage when a refueling plan failed. MidAir refueling may sound routine, but it remains one of the most complex and dangerous tasks in aviation. Two aircraft, the tanker and the fighter, must fly in perfect synchronization at altitudes between 20,000 and 30,000 feet, often separated by mere meters. Using an extendable hose or boom system, fuel is transferred at high speeds, typically between 2,000 and 6,000 pounds per minute. A funnel on the tanker's hose connects with a nozzle on the jet, and the pilot must maintain precise positioning throughout the process. Even a slight error can lead to collision, damage, or worse, the destruction of both aircraft. Each refueler can support 2 to 3 fighter jets in a single sortie, multiplying a fleet's reach in a single mission. It's a high-stakes maneuver, requiring exceptional skill, trust, and precision from both crews. India too recognizes the strategic value of this capability. The Indian Air Force IAF currently operates 6 Russian-built IL-78 tankers. These aircraft are a common sight during major air exercises and combat readiness missions, especially when Indian jets travel abroad. However, with mounting operational demands and delayed procurement of additional refuelers, the IAF has turned to leasing as a stopgap solution. In March 2025, the Union Ministry of Defense signed a deal with US-based Maitreya Management for the lease of one KC-135 Stratotanker. What makes this a wet lease is that Maitreya will not only provide the aircraft but also handle pilot training and tanker maintenance. The KC-135, a trusted American refueler for decades, is expected to be fully inducted into Indian operations within 6 months. Nanan swipe left for next video. The Israeli strike on Iran's refueler in Mashhad signals a new trend in air warfare, targeting logistical support, not just the strike assets themselves. Without MidAir tankers, long-range jets become vulnerable, especially on return legs. Taking out a refueler isn't just about damaging infrastructure, it's about shortening the enemy's reach. In a world where war is increasingly being fought over vast distances, the future of air dominance may not lie solely with stealth fighters or advanced missiles, but in the flying fuel pumps that keep them in the air. Latest blogs.